This microphone, the Shure SM7B, you may have seen it in podcasts such as Joe Rogan, etc. A lot of people use these for voiceover, but they're not really designed for voiceover because they're... Let's have a look. Let's take this cover off. It's designed more for singers, and I think more for rock singers originally. I remember watching a video called Funky Monks, which when the Red Hot Chili Peppers were recording their Blood Sugar Sex Magic album, and I remember seeing Anthony Kiedis leaning on one of these. I was like, I want one of those microphones. And I realized when I bought it that it wasn't necessarily the best microphone you can use nowadays for your voice. But you know, you see these in podcasts all the time. It's a great microphone. But despite the fact that I wouldn't really use this so much for voiceover unless I had an extra amplification to go into the audio interface, because it's quite quiet. I want to use it to give you an example of distancing yourself from the microphone. And this microphone, again, wouldn't be the same kind of microphone you might use for voiceover in this purpose. And, you know, a lot of people add compression. But I was in a studio recently and the engineer put the mic in the room quite far away from me and quite high. And I was like, do you not want to put it down here so you're capturing my lower tones? And he's like, no, we don't need to do that. And I realized that I wasn't able to play with it like I usually play with microphones. Because I've spent a lot of time training and using microphones. Of course, my career as a singer, as a voice artist, as an actor, as you know, somebody who records a lot. And I was a bit disappointed because I know how to use a microphone. I know how to use my distancing. And I want to go through that distancing today. So I'm going to change this mic that I'm using here. Right, so I've switched it over now. Plug this in, hopefully it works. And look, there's a few distances you should know as a voiceover artist getting started. And for starters, you would never hold a microphone because you're going to be clunking, clanking, and this picks up everything, right? You can probably hear that now. So I'm going to try and hold it as still as possible. Now, the first distance is this one. And again, this microphone is not necessarily the best for this because the actual diaphragm is probably about there. But let's just say that this was the center of the microphone right here. This distance here is your most normal distance. It's this conversational. If you were sitting at a table with someone and just speaking to them, this feels like I'm sitting across the table. It's the most normal. This is what you'd use for most audiobooks, narration, commercial work. This is comfortable, right? So you should be far enough away that you could read a piece of paper behind it. It's this distance here. Thumb and finger, like that. That's how we do this. Some people go even a bit closer, but that's more getting inside your head now. Here, conversational. When you're here, really close, you're actually inside their head. So if there's a thought, I wonder what she's thinking about me. Or a narration that's really subtle, like a documentary, and we're being very quiet and close and looking under the undergrowth of these little maggots climbing out of their pods. Or something like that. So that would be in the head. This would be conversational. Then the next one is elbow. So put your elbow up, and that distance there, that's going to be almost someone's across the room already. And we pick up a lot of the room that you're in from this point because we're much further away. So in your head, normal, conversational, across the room, and then when you are at full arm's length, can we get that on the camera? Full arm's length. This way, it feels like you're down the road, and you could walk in from down the road, through the door, come closer, closer, closer. How's it going? Yeah, it's really nice to see you again today. Yeah, what's going on? You just walked from the other side of from away, up close, and then if you wanted to get in, lean and have a little, yeah, I've got a little secret for you. Those distances. In your head, conversational, across the room, down the road. I don't know if that's the proper names for them. That's what I'm calling them. There you go. Use it. Maybe it helps. Have a nice day. See you next time. If you're trying to get into voiceover, you don't need to be alone. You don't have to do it alone. There's a lot of videos on this channel and across the internet that will help you. There's a lot of great companies as well providing services for people starting out, including myself, with my VoiceOver Starter Kit, which teaches you everything you need to get started and paid as a professional voiceover artist, no matter where you are now. It will teach you how to read scripts, how to analyze work, how to get work, how to write people to get work, how to find libraries, how to create a demo, how to create your own booth and use the equipment in order to record yourself like this, including ways to warm up your articulation and characteristics and overdubbing. And look, it's all in there. Just go and check it out. It's on my website. I'll leave a link below. Love you. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.